Hello and welcome everyone to the TC Lifestyle Fit podcast. I'm your host, Tim TC Collins. We have an incredible guest here with us today, all the way from New Jersey, tuning in with us. She is a marketing expert, specifically on social media. She'll elaborate in even more detail on some of the other platforms she has expertise on. Miss Jamaica Cardeno, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm excited. Thanks for having me here.
Oh, we are blessed to have you on our podcast today. You are an incredible individual, and I'm looking forward to this conversation today. You sharing the wealth of wisdom that the good Lord has you with in the area of leadership, marketing. Can you tell us even more detail about what your role is with the company you're currently with, Delegate to Elevate?
Yeah. So before we are called like RX Virtual, and now we are now called Delegate to Elevate. So I have a team members with me. So I own and manage a team. So it is a virtual assistant company. So we work with mostly fitness coaches, but we are expanding our industries right now to real estate, mortgage,
Wow.
other industries. So
Wow.
we can serve
Wow.
more people. So
Wow.
yeah, that's pretty much it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So Miss Jamaica, you for short, everyone, she likes to be called Jam. I think
Yeah.
that's an incredible acronym.
Right.
How did you get into marketing?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's a good question. So I started as a social media manager for a restaurant company before. So
Yeah.
I was able to
Okay.
gain like experience from there.
Yes. Yes.
I know that social media will continue to
Yes.
grow. So
Yes.
being an entrepreneur, like I was able to recognize that there's an opportunity in there. So we started offering that service. We started with working with fitness professionals, and now we are working with other industries.
Yes. Jam, can you tell us more about how you got started in the marketing industry? What influenced your decision to pursue marketing as a career opportunity?
Yeah, so like I've said, like I used to work as a social media marketing for a manager for a restaurant company. So I was able to gain experience from there. I also have a background in psychology. So I finished
Oh, wow.
psychology in college. So that's why I'm very interested in
Mhm.
knowing more about
Wow.
the
Wow.
behaviors of people and how they interact. So
Yes.
marketing is
Yes.
pretty much the same as that, right? Is knowing more about the audience and how we can
Yes.
position ourselves to help them and to serve them more. So that has gotten my interest in doing more on the marketing side.
Mhm.
And being an entrepreneur, like I
Mhm.
was able to see how it can benefit the
Yes.
people, especially in the online space.
Yes. Yes. So I remember you made a post. This was probably a few months ago, and you
Yeah.
talked about how business is a simple, easy process, or should be for entrepreneurs. However, when you get started in entrepreneurship, there are a multitude of
Right.
obstacles that you go through. And I believe, yes, there are opportunities everywhere, all around us. However, in the beginning, it's difficult to actually uncover or unpack those opportunities through your naked eye. What is your advice for the new entrepreneur just getting started, whether it's in fitness, real estate, any type of business endeavor? How important is it for them to stay positive, and how do they unlock those or get through those invisible barriers keeping them from being successful in business?
Like I said, it's easy as we make it to be, and easy is very subjective. So what is easy
Yes.
for me might not be
Right.
easy for you, and
Right.
vice versa. I
Yeah.
think a better way to put it is that business is a series of like problems and
Yes.
challenges that you
Yes.
solve, and the
Right.
difficulty varies based
Right.
on your perspective
Right.
and your experience of
Right.
it. So if you're just like starting, I think it's very
Right.
important to learn from the best, like find a mentor, find a
Yeah.
coach that will guide you through the journey. That
Yeah.
way, when you have challenges in your business, you
Yeah.
have the guidance, the support, and the expertise based on
Right.
their own experience.
Right.
So you also have the opportunity to learn from their
Right.
mistakes and failures, so you don't have to do it. And
Right.
by leveraging their experience, you can avoid making the same
Right.
mistakes in
Right.
your own business journey.
Right. Right. I follow Russell Brunson a lot. I'm sure you do as well,
Yeah,
considering you're in the
yeah,
marketing field. And he talks about how every businessman or woman has a message that needs to be marketed. And I know figuring out how to specify what you want to say and the problem exactly that you're working to solve for your customer, it can be a challenging process to
right.
figure out initially. How do you, as an entrepreneur, go through that process of figuring out the message you need to
Right, right.
send to your customers?
Yeah. So for me, it starts with getting to know yourself. Like, what are the things that you're passionate about, like talking,
Yes.
getting to know yourself, and then that way you can refine your messaging. And from getting to know yourself, you can find the right people that resonates with your audience, with your own story. Instead of
Yeah.
like finding the right people and just like
Yeah.
fitting the messaging that you have, you always
Right.
want to start with yourself, because
Right.
that's something that you're passionate about.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Can you talk about the significance of storytelling that you just mentioned?
Yeah.
How do you tell the story?
Yeah. Actually, a lot of people love stories. Like all of us love stories. So
Hmm.
you start with yourself, because that's
Yeah.
authentic. And if it's authentic and if it feels true to you, like people will
Hmm.
resonate on that. Like a lot of people want something that is true, because
Hmm.
especially right now
Hmm.
there's a lot of like information on social media, and you know if the person is telling their true or not, right? So
Hmm.
you want to,
Yes.
that is more
Right.
of something that will separate yourself from other people,
Right.
because you have your own story.
Right. Awesome. Awesome. And I'm a huge Tony Robbins fan, and he
Okay.
always talks about the power of emotions, how our belief systems and how we feel can either create or destroy opportunities for us. What's up, Jen? To succeed. How do we weaponize those emotions? Because sometimes we might feel discouraged, we might feel overwhelmed, but maybe
Right.
that's the universe giving us a message on what we need to do to take action to be successful in our endeavors in business.
So right, I'm very big on mindset. I think it's really important for an entrepreneur to be able to regulate the emotions that they are feeling, no matter what the challenges or the struggles that they're experiencing. So
Mhm.
again, like it's also important to have a coach to help you with that. But if you don't
Yeah.
have the money or
Mhm.
the funds yet to be able
Mhm.
to afford a coach, it's important to be able to learn from
Mm.
um, other videos, or like
Mm.
be able to study,
Resources, yes. Mm.
other resources to be able to navigate your own emotions. There are
Oh,
a lot
wow.
of like tools out there to be able to
Yeah.
regulate your nervous system,
Hmm.
so that you will be able, when there's a decision making process that needs to be done, you remain calm and not acting
Mm.
based on your impulses, right? And
Mm.
when it comes to like negative experiences or like
Hmm.
negative
Right.
emotions,
Right.
it will really depend on your perspective of it.
Hmm.
It's the ability to,
Perspective, right.
it's your ability
Look
to,
at the situation differently.
yeah, yeah,
Mm.
definitely.
Wow.
Like it doesn't really matter if it's a positive or negative. Like
Yes.
it's your perspective, and also the ability to take action no matter what the
Yes.
circumstances. The
Wow.
process really being able to
Wow.
take action.
Mm. How does someone develop that discipline to continue to take action even when the times are tough?
Yeah, yeah. It's really hard,
Can you
right?
share your personal experience
Yeah.
with
For
that
me, it's just having that
situation?
consistency, and finding that evidence for yourself. Like it
Evidence.
doesn't
Right.
necessarily have to be in business. Like let's say for a
Yes.
work, right?
Right. Right.
Having that ability to show up every day and being consistent with it, that's a way you can build discipline, and then you can also
Yeah.
apply that to your business or every other aspects of your life, because you
Right.
already have that evidence in yourself that I can show up for this area, I can also show
Right.
up the other
Right.
part of my life.
Right. Who are some coaches that you are currently learning from who had a significant impact on your life, on your career
Yeah,
as
yeah.
a marketing expert? Who are you learning from right now?
I think you know this. You know him as well, like Alex Hermosi, the Hermosis,
Yeah.
Leila Hermosis.
Yeah.
Like I'm really a big fan of them, because like
Yes.
a lot of their teaching is very absorbable. It's very easy to understand, like the jargons or like
Right.
the technical
Right.
terms about business. They make it so much easier for people
Right.
to absorb it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. What are some of the aspects of marketing that maybe aren't as obvious? We're witnessing some changes. So what are some of the trends in
Mm.
marketing that we may not necessarily be aware of yet?
I think a lot of entrepreneurs think that they need websites, funnels, or like
Yes.
those
Funnel.
complicated applications or like forms
Yeah.
or software to be able to sell their
Yeah.
programs or their offer.
Right.
What I think is really important is like being able to dial in your messaging.
Right.
Like what you said, it's very important to get to know yourself and to dial in your messaging. And from there, you will be able to position yourself in the market,
Hmm.
that separates yourself from the competition.
Oh, I
So,
see.
and once you're able to dial in your messaging, you will be able to show that to a lot of people, and a lot of people will be able to resonate with that. So it's much easier to sell your offer
I
or
see.
or your program. And
Mm.
right now, since there's a lot of like AI, the AI is
Yeah.
like
Right.
developing, it's really important to stay true to your authentic self,
Yes.
stay true to yourself,
Yes.
because AI can't replicate that. Like it's just
Right.
your unique
Right.
self.
Right. Right. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
YouTube, there's Instagram, Facebook. Where is the most efficient place for an entrepreneur to spend their time marketing their message to customers?
Right, right. Especially if you're starting, it can be overwhelming because there are a lot of like platforms that
Yes.
there,
Right.
and then a lot of like people were saying, "Oh, go here, go there," right? I think what's really important for you to ask is like, where are my audience are most likely be at? Like,
Right.
what is the platform that they're usually using? Let's say, for example, if you're working with teenagers, like most of them will
Right.
be at TikTok or like Instagram.
Right.
But if
It
you're
depends on your market of people that you're.
right,
That
right.
makes
It
sense.
depends on your target
Yeah.
market.
I
So you
see.
want to start with that first. Start with
Yes.
one platform first so that you won't overwhelm yourself. And then from
Mm.
there, you move to other different platforms. You increase the volume of it.
Wow. Wow. How does someone go about identifying their target market?
Right. We will go back again to
Yeah.
your messaging, right? Like
Yes.
with your
I see.
messaging, you will be able to identify like who are the people that I want to serve
Mm-hmm.
for
Mm-hmm.
this
Mm-hmm.
for this message that I want
Yes.
to put
Yeah.
out to the world, right?
Right.
And then from your messaging, you can also create an offer or a program that fits the audience that you want.
I see. So much. I
Yeah.
see. What are the top five action items that an entrepreneur needs to focus on to build their business on just a day-to-day basis?
Um, I would say like it varies depending on the entrepreneur actually. What I
Sure.
think is really important is like being able to know like what's your vision for your business,
Mm.
what's your goal, because every entrepreneur has different vision or
Mm-hmm.
goal for their own business, and from
Mm-hmm.
there you will be able to know like what are the action items that I need
Mm-hmm.
to do that is aligned to this vision
Mm-hmm.
for my business. Because for me, as I able to talk with other clients, there are clients
Mm-hmm.
who just doesn't want to go big, they just
Mm-hmm.
want to like retain on this particular level, just to
Right.
sustain their living. And then there are other entrepreneurs who really want to scale their business.
Mhm.
So it really varies depending on the
Mhm.
vision that you want
Mhm.
for your business. But I think when it comes to listing the items of what
Mhm.
needs to be done as an entrepreneur, I think it's really
Mhm.
important to work on different aspects or skills of yourself, like
Mhm.
doing a workout that will make you feel good, and like
Yes, right,
being able
right.
to be disciplined, right?
Mhm.
Learning a skill that's really
Mhm.
important. Um,
Mhm.
Finding the time to spend with your family and also your
That's
friends, so
important.
that
Relationship
you know,
building, yes.
yeah, that's really important. And then from the other stuff will be more about learning and
Mhm.
building the business.
Mm. Oh, awesome. So,
Yeah.
Jan, what's your philosophy on not being afraid to share your vision about
Mhm.
the business you created with other people? I believe, there's times you're out in the grocery store or out in the park and you're connecting with other people and you have this opportunity to talk about your business. But sometimes as an entrepreneur, especially if
Yes.
you're a new, you have resistance towards
Right.
taking
Right.
that type of action because you don't want to be an annoying
Right.
pest.
That's true. That's
How do
true.
we overcome that
Yeah.
mindset?
Yeah. Yeah. I used to have that actually. There.
All right. Yes,
Okay.
I'll ask you then. Jam, how do we overcome the annoying pest mindset as an entrepreneur?
Yeah, I actually have that fear as well. So I
Mm,
used to be an insurance agent, and before I
yeah,
was not really performing because like I find it like salesy to go to my relatives or like to my friends to
yes,
speak about the insurance. But
yes.
as I started the business, I tried to shift my perspective instead of coming from a place of like
Yeah,
being
right.
salesy. You want to shift your perspective that I want
Hmm.
to help this person,
Yes,
and
right,
if you
right,
have that kind of perspective, you will attract the right people
right,
in your program. Like, of course, like
right,
you can't please everyone. Some
right,
of the people will feel that you're
right.
salesy, but there are also
Mhm.
some people that who needs your help.
Who really need
So
it?
you
Wow,
need to focus your mindset on that, like on the people that that you can help.
wow, that's
Yeah,
awesome. One
yeah,
more question, Jan, before we conclude our
yeah.
podcast. What's your message to the world? And maybe one more. If you could go back in time, is there anything you would do a little bit differently? Or maybe even if you could go in the future, is there something you would stop from happening?
Um, I don't live in regrets. Like
Yeah,
I know that a lot of things or like the challenges or like decisions that I have made in the past led me to where I am now.
yes.
So I
Wow.
don't want to change anything
Such a
from
great
there.
answer.
I was able to learn from those things. Like even in my
Right.
relationships, there are like failed relationships, failed businesses because but that helped me grow as a person that I am now.
What's the most important lesson you learned in your experience as an entrepreneur?
That everything is reflection of you, like your thoughts, the choices you
Yes.
made, like we
Yeah.
attract who
Wow.
we are. If
Wow. Wow.
we
Wow.
show up as someone who's insecure or like
Wow.
pessimistic, it will show
Wow.
in how we
Yeah.
show up for business, how we
Yeah.
interact with other people, how we
Yeah.
show up in our life. That's
Wow.
why it's really important to get to know
Yeah.
yourself and to
Yeah.
continuously improve yourself.
Mhm.
By
Mhm.
becoming your best version, we
Mhm.
naturally gravitate those people or like those individuals who share the same
Yeah.
passion, the same
Yeah.
aspiration, also energy.
Yeah.
So, but not all are called like to play at that
Mm.
level, and that's totally okay because if
Yeah.
it's easy, everyone will be doing it,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah. Starts with identity and then building on your belief
Yeah.
system because the reality is all of us have been made in the image of the good Lord. So
Right,
we're
that's
all
true.
important and we're special. And if you can walk in that energy every day, we'll be in a position to catch the success that's already there for us. One of my
Yeah.
good friends, Mary
And
Dotsler, who is a lighthouse leader here at the community center, she always talked about we spend too much time trying to develop into something. You are already gifted. You already have a talent. We need to just go through the process of discovering who we already
Right.
are, and just be grateful. Wake up every day and be grateful for what you already have, and then you can kind of build on those energies and continue to
Right.
move forward.
Yeah. I actually made a post about that because like that's part of like the divinity in us,
Yeah.
is for us to be able to
Yes.
express
Yes.
ourselves, because like
Yes.
God created us in his own like image,
Right.
in
Come
all
on now. Right.
likeness, right? So
Come
we
on
want
now.
to express ourselves, and
Right.
I made a post about that.
Right.
If we express
Right.
ourselves, that
Right.
creates a dialogue for
Yes.
other people to be able to
Right.
express, for them to express themselves as well.
Can you express how you pursue greatness as a leader in your field?
I'm still learning a lot of things when it comes um to leadership, or being a leader to my team. I'm still
Yes.
pretty much new to it. I started the business as a solopreneur, so it was
Yeah.
I was having a hard time to delegate or to rely on my team. And
Yes.
then I realized that if I want to grow or to scale the business, I need
Yes.
to learn to like let go, to trust my team, to hire my team.
Hmm.
I think what's really important is to establish that leadership in yourself. Like
Right.
leadership starts
Right.
with self
Right.
leadership.
Right.
And
Lead yourself first before you start
yeah,
leading other people.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
John Maxwell talks about that.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Like you want to set an example for your team. If you want
Yes.
to attract A players to your team, be an A plus person, not just like in your business, but every
Right.
aspect of your life. Because you don't want people to direct them to into something. They will feel inspired because like you show up as the leader that they
Yes.
want to be.
Right.
So it's
Right.
first like it's really setting an example to your team.
Nice. Awesome. Last question, Jim.
Okay.
What's your message to the world?
Um It's a hard question, actually. Um, my message to the world is to continuously to get to know yourself,
Wow.
to
Wow.
find your authentic self. Like I also talk it in a speech or in a
Hmm.
presentation that I made last time, that when we find ourselves, we'll experience freedom,
Yes. Wow.
because a
Wow.
lot of people want freedom, right? Like what freedom to me it might be different for you, but we want that freedom. And for me, freedom comes with getting to know what are the things that you really want, and not relying
Mm,
on norms or like societal
right.
responsibilities or
Right.
expectations. It's
Yes.
more of like what feels aligned to yourself. Of course, it's a lifelong journey. It's a lifelong
An
learning
ongoing
of
process.
getting to know
Yeah.
yourself.
Of
Once you
self-discovery. An
Yeah,
ongoing process of self-discovery. I
yeah,
love it.
yeah,
Mm,
that's true. And that's what I also realized. Like once you discover yourself more, you will also get to realize the
mm,
beauty or the blessing of God in
mhm,
your life. Like you will be
mhm.
able to get to know him more by knowing
Yeah.
yourself more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Awesome. Awesome. Well, Miss Jam, we thank you for blessing us with your presence
Thank you.
today.
Thank
You
you.
are a wealth of knowledge.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining in with us today on our podcast. For those of you who are going to watch this video, make sure you share, you like, and you subscribe to our YouTube channel. In the meantime, every day, just give your best effort, be authentic, and just allow the good Lord to guide your steps one progression at a time. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you so much,
being here
Tim. I
with us
enjoyed
today.
it.
How was the session?
I love it. Like I'm feeling it. Like I love it.
Oh,
Be able to
you're
share my experience
yes.
and my message. That's something that fills me up, like fills my cup, to be able to share it to other people. And thank you for being so generous with your
Thank
time
you.
with us.
Thank you. I'm hoping in the future we'll be able to connect again. I'd like to learn more about your marketing services.
Yeah.
For other entrepreneurs, how can they find out about you? Where do they need to go?
Yeah, so I have an Instagram. You can search at Delegate to Elevate.
Delegate
We
to
also
elevate.
have a website. It's called Delegate to Elevate.io.
Okay.
So they can look at their website and see what we do and how we can help them.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Everyone, that concludes our podcast for today. Be your authentic self, give your best effort every day, and you will catch excellence. In the meantime, make sure you like this video, share this video, go ahead and comment, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We love you all. Peace out and see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.